If Donald Trump secures the nomination, he would start this general election campaign as the least popular candidate in modern times. Take a look at this from the latest Washington Post ABC News poll. Quote, 3/4 of women view him unfavorably, so do nearly 2/3 of independents, 80% of young adults, 85% of Hispanics, and nearly half of Republicans and Republican-leaning independents. How do you begin to turn those numbers around, sir?
Well, I think in a general election campaign, all the candidates know that that it's a little bit different, and the message has to be very broadly based, not just at the base of the Republican Party and participants in the primary process. But look, our party is the party of the open door, and the only way we're going to grow is by adding people in the door, not subtracting and dividing people out. So I think there'll be plenty of time to speak to the general public, but right now we're having a conversation within a pretty confined space.
How does that open door figure with the giant wall that Mr. Trump wants to construct? Because he's certainly sending a message that is apparently, according to polls, chasing away a lot of potential Republican voters, Latinos, Muslims, independents, women, Republican-leaning independents. Are they going to be able to make their way to that door?
Well, look, I think that immigration and a secure border is something that every American's worried about. And if you look at the numbers, you're seeing lots of independents and Democrats saying, yeah, I think that we need to secure that border. They're not happy with the president's policies on immigration. And quite frankly, if you look at the people that are coming into the Republican Party, we've got the first time voter registration edge on Democrats in over like 25 years in battleground states. Jake, no one can deny the fact that that we're seeing record turnout. We're up 70%. The Democrats are down by 30%, and who knows? I mean, you might be talking about an open convention on the Democrat side if Hillary Clinton gets indicted or charged. Who knows? Maybe they'll open up the delegates on their side and Joe Biden will reappear. It's possible. I'm not just saying it tongue-in-cheek. I think it's possible.
It's certainly possible, but let's turn it back to the Republicans, because you're talking about securing the border, and I take your point, but it's been 3 years since you and the GOP put out your autopsy report looking at the reasons why you felt the party lost the 2012 election, and the report said that the party needs to improve its image with Latino voters. This is what you said back in 2013 on the issue of immigration. Quote, using the self-deportation, it's a horrific comment to make. I don't think it has anything to do with our party. When someone makes those comments, obviously it hurts us. In retrospect, self-deportation compared to what we're hearing from Mr. Trump on the campaign trail, I mean, that's practically la cucaracha.
Well, look, as a party, as a national party, one of our problems was that we weren't in Hispanic and black communities on a full-time basis, and the big changes we've made here is getting to a place where you've got 10 people every 10 blocks in Cleveland, in Cincinnati, in Pueblo County, Colorado. And if you look at what we've done as a party, we got 46% of the Hispanic vote in Colorado in 2014. We spent about $7 or $8 million on the ground there. We got 28% of the black vote in Ohio. That didn't just happen by accident. It happened because we were committed to communicating and getting Hispanic and black voters to the polls and telling them about our party of equality and freedom and opportunity. That's some of the biggest changes we've made in our party. But sure, candidates have to watch their mouth. They have to watch their tone and their tenor. And the only way you can be the party of the open door is if you keep that in mind. And so, it's going to be my job and it's our obligation here to work with our candidates when we get to the general election and make sure that we're doing our best and putting our best foot forward in communicating our message to every American, no matter who they are or where they live.
Have you communicated to the frontrunner that perhaps he needs to watch his tone and tenor when it comes to this general election electorate that is paying attention and, according to polls, not liking what they hear from him?
Well, I mean, you've got to talk to all of our candidates about those things, and I think I have, and it's been, in some cases, pretty well documented that I have. But look, we're in the middle of a pretty tight race right now, and as you know, people are talking about the potential for an open convention, and no one really knows, obviously, who's going to be the nominee, but it's our job to be fair and give credence to the voice and vote of our delegates and voters across the country.